Hitting your ball into water is one of the most frustrating things in golf. But do you actually know what your options are when it happens? Penalty areas, what used to be called water hazards, have specific rules that give you choices about how to proceed. In this video, I'll explain everything about penalty areas in a way that's easy to understand. Whether you're just starting out or you've been playing for years, knowing these rules will save you strokes and prevent confusion on the course. Let's start with the most basic question. What exactly is a penalty area? What is a penalty area? A penalty area is any area on the course marked with red or yellow stakes or lines. If your ball goes into a penalty area, you may take relief for a one-stroke penalty, or you can choose to play it as it lies. What makes the name change from water hazards important is that penalty areas don't have to contain water. They can be deserts, jungles, lava rock fields, or any area the course wants to designate as a penalty area. Penalty areas are marked with either red stakes/lines or yellow stakes/lines. The color matters because it determines what relief options you have. Red and yellow penalty areas have different rules. A penalty area must be defined by the committee. If it isn't marked with stakes or lines, it is not automatically a penalty area unless the local rules say so. The key thing to understand is that penalty areas are designed to penalize poor shots while giving you options to get back in play without ruining your entire round. Red versus yellow penalty areas. The color of the stakes or lines marking a penalty area determines what relief options you have. This is crucial to understand. Yellow penalty areas give you two main relief options, plus stroke and distance. Yellow areas are typically in front of greens or crossing the fairway, where lateral relief wouldn't make sense. Red penalty areas give you those same two options plus an additional lateral relief option. Red areas are typically along the sides of holes where lateral relief makes sense. The difference is simple. Red penalty areas give you more options than yellow penalty areas. That's why most penalty areas on modern courses are marked red. It speeds up play by giving players more relief options. Understanding the difference between red and yellow is the first step to knowing your options when you hit into a penalty area. Your relief options. When your ball goes into a penalty area, you have several options. All of them come with a one-stroke penalty except playing the ball as it lies. Option 1. Play it as it lies. If your ball is playable in the penalty area, you can play it without taking a penalty. Since 2019, you can ground your club, take practice swings, and remove loose impediments in penalty areas. Option 2. Stroke and distance. You can go back to where you last played and hit again, adding one penalty stroke. If you hit your drive into a penalty area, you can re-tee and your next shot is your third shot. Option 3. Back on the line relief. You can drop on a line going straight back from the hole through the point where your ball last crossed the edge of the penalty area. You choose a point on that line, then drop within one club length of that point, no closer to the hole. This option is available for both red and yellow penalty areas. Option 4. Lateral relief, red penalty areas only. You can drop within 2 club lengths of where your ball last crossed the edge of the penalty area, no closer to the hole. For red penalty areas, lateral relief must be taken on the same side of the penalty area where the ball last crossed the edge. All relief options except playing it as it lies come with a one-stroke penalty. Finding the right reference point. The most important thing when taking relief from a penalty area is identifying the correct reference point, where your ball last crossed the edge of the penalty area. What makes this crucial is that all your relief options are based on this point, not where the ball ended up in the water. If your ball bounces off a rock and goes back into the water, the reference point is where it last crossed the edge. The edge of the penalty area is where the ground meets the stakes or lines. If there are stakes, the edge is defined by the line between the stakes. If there are painted lines, the edge is the line itself. Once you've identified the reference point, you can choose which relief option to use based on that point. Different options might give you better or worse positions depending on where the ball crossed. Taking lateral relief, red only. Lateral relief is only available for red penalty areas, but it's often the quickest and easiest option. Here's how it works. From the point where your ball last crossed the edge of the penalty area, you can drop within 2 club lengths, no closer to the hole. The ball must come to rest within that 2 club length area. What makes lateral relief useful is that it's usually the fastest option and often gives you a decent position. If your ball went into a pond along the left side of the fairway, you can drop 2 club lengths from where it crossed and continue playing. You can measure using any club except a putter. Most golfers use their driver. The 2 club lengths are measured from the reference point, not from where the ball ended up. You must drop in the relief area and the ball must come to rest in the relief area. If it rolls out, you must re-drop. If it rolls out again, you place the ball where it first touched the ground on the second drop. If you're learning penalty area rules you didn't fully understand before, hit that subscribe button right now and tap the bell icon so you don't miss future videos that break down the rules in simple terms. I'm committed to helping you play golf confidently without confusion about the rules. Drop a comment below telling me about a time you weren't sure what to do in a penalty area. I read every comment and love hearing your stories. Now let's get into some specific situations and common mistakes people make with penalty areas. Common mistakes. Many golfers make mistakes when dealing with penalty areas, either because they don't know the rules or they're not following the correct procedures. Mistake number 1. Dropping in the wrong spot. The most common mistake is not identifying the correct reference point. Remember, it's where the ball last crossed the edge, not where it ended up or where it first entered. Mistake number 2. Not understanding red versus yellow. Many golfers don't realize that yellow penalty areas don't allow lateral relief. If you take lateral relief from a yellow penalty area, you're playing from the wrong place. Mistake number 3. Measuring incorrectly. When taking lateral relief, you get 2 club lengths from the reference point. Many golfers measure from where the ball ended up or don't measure at all. Mistake number 4. Taking lateral relief on wrong side. For red penalty areas, you must take lateral relief on the same side where the ball crossed. You can't cross to the opposite side. Mistake number 5. Forgetting the penalty stroke. All relief options except playing it as it lies come with a 1-stroke penalty. Don't forget to add that stroke to your score. Special situations. There are some special situations with penalty areas that can be confusing. Ball bounces back in. If your ball crosses the edge of a penalty area, bounces on the bank and rolls back in, your reference point is where it last crossed the edge, on the way back in, not where it first crossed. Ball lost in penalty area. If you know your ball went into a penalty area but can't find it, you can take relief as if it crossed the edge at the point where it entered. You don't have to find the ball. Ball might be in penalty area. If your ball might be in a penalty area but you're not sure, you must be known or virtually certain the ball is in the penalty area, meaning the evidence strongly supports it. Otherwise, it's a lost ball. Multiple penalty areas. If your ball crosses multiple penalty areas, relief is normally taken from the last penalty area it crossed, unless a local rule allows otherwise. Penalty area strategy. Understanding penalty areas isn't just about knowing the rules, it's about making smart strategic decisions. When your ball goes into a penalty area, take a moment to consider all your options. Sometimes going back on the line gives you a better angle than lateral relief. Sometimes stroke and distance is actually the best option if it puts you in a much better position. Consider the lie you'll get with each option. Lateral relief might put you in thick rough, while back on the line relief might put you in the fairway. Don't rush your decision. Take the penalty stroke, assess your options, and choose the one that gives you the best chance to minimize damage. So there you have it, penalty areas explained. Remember, hitting into a penalty area isn't the end of the world. You have options, and understanding those options helps you make smart decisions that save strokes. The key things to remember are: identify where your ball last crossed the edge, know whether it's red or yellow, understand your relief options, and take your time to choose the best option for your situation. The 2019 rule changes made penalty areas more player-friendly, so take advantage of the options available to you. Hit that like button if this cleared up confusion about penalty areas, and I'll see you on the course.